Hey guys, Warrior here, and today we are going to do a review over Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I recently got the opportunity to play it, and we're going to dive right into it. Alright, but first thing is first. Before we really get too started here, I do want to just address one thing. And to all the people that are just trying to hype this game up, tell everyone how much better it is than DVD, in my personal opinion, you're all very mistaken. This game is okay, but it's just okay. Like, it is fun to play, but it's nothing groundbreaking. Like, it's no different. In fact, the same community is over there that's probably playing DVD. So if you're looking for a game that doesn't have toxicity, you probably should look elsewhere. Just gonna point that out right now. But as far as the game's graphics, guys, and again, I'm going to do a lot of comparing DBD to this game. I know a lot of people don't like that, but these games are both asymmetrical horror games, and I think there's a lot of similarities to them, and there's a lot of differences as well. But as far as graphics, I think they're okay. I like the gore that's in this game. So if you guys are people that like a lot of blood, shit like that, you'll probably enjoy this game quite a bit because it is a little more gory than like DBD, for example. And as far as playing family, uh, again, if you probably enjoy Killer on DVD, you're probably going to enjoy playing family as well. It's pretty straightforward. It's not too complicated. You hunt down your victims. You try to kill them. It is important to know what the objectives are, and especially early going. The matches you're watching right now, this is literally my very first match I've ever played, so I'm just trying to figure things out. Um, but as time goes on, you'll figure that stuff out, and playing families really not too complicated. It's I would put it on par with probably what DBD is. Now, this is a perspective of someone that primarily plays Killer in DBD. So when I say this, I'm not saying this should be the case for everyone, but at least for me, I find Victim and Texas Chainsaw Massacre to be leaps and bounds more difficult than it is in DVD. DVD is a pretty straightforward game, guys. You do your 5 gens, you open the exit gate, you walk the fuck out. It's really that simple. In Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I gotta be quite honest, guys, I'm still confused on how to freaking escape from this game. I do know a few of the objectives now, um, but I'm kind of lost in the sauce when it comes to trying to escape. I know there's like 4 escapes, and there might be. I know there's some other variances with different maps and shit like that. But I find playing Victim, extremely more difficult in this game than in DVD. Now, with that said, I could see this difficulty being a pro and a con for people that are looking for an extra challenge, because like I said, DVD is quite simple. You do your gens, you open the gate, you walk out. For people that are looking for a little extra variety, so to speak, like different ways of being able to escape, this could be a pro for you. For people like me, I'm just wanting to have a good time, not wanting to really put a whole lot of time into this game. I probably will eventually figure out how to play Victim. But I'm honestly wondering if the difficulty of escaping will not, down the line, affect the player base. They'll just, this isn't my cup of tea and move on, so to speak. But like I said, I do hope people genuinely give this game a shot. I was not in the beginning. I had no intention in playing it. I had a friend that asked me to grab the game. I did. And then the very next day, I started playing it, and I've been having a blast ever since. So this game is definitely worth a try. So, regardless of what I say in this video, guys, I'm not dogging on the game. I just want to make sure that people can see both perspectives here, and I'm going to be brutally honest on areas that I think the game needs help in. But okay, Now, as far as variety in the game, for a game that just launched, I think that has a decent amount of killers as well as victims. And I don't think it's a fair comparison to try to compare DVD, a game that's been out for 7 damn years, to a game that just launched. It's not even a fair comparison, so we're not going to even go down that road. Um, but I do think if you like Survivor, you like Killer, I think there's not really a whole lot of cosmetics, but again, just came out. Can't expect the world here. I do think the variety is pretty good for a game that just launched. So yeah, I don't really have any complaints as far as how the victims or the survivors look. They came out with some cosmetics that you can earn, stuff like that. So I think that part's pretty cool in the game. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in this video as well. This really doesn't, I wouldn't really consider this a critique of the game itself. One thing I want to just mention is, okay, so as of today, or actually as of tomorrow, they're going to remove PC from crossplay. Now that can be a really dangerous move, guys, because they're going to be alienate part of their player base. I understand their situation, but all games suffer from cheaters. Okay, doesn't matter what game, they all have them. And any big, decently sized game is going to have some sort of cheat on it. And all these other developers manage to get by, at least try to lower the probability of running across cheaters. Now, I'm not saying they all do a great job at it. I'm not trying to say that. We're not going to go down that road either. But I just really hope that they're not doing something that's hurting their game. And I know in comparison from PC to console, it's probably not a massive percentage of their population, but there are cheats on console, guys. Like, it's quite easy to do. And I'm not going to go down that and explain that shit, but it is possible to hack, to cheat on console. It is a possibility. And so the only thing I want to mention is I feel like they should address the problem and not alienate an entire platform of players that majority of them are probably trying to play fair and honest. I've never used a cheat in any game that I've ever played because I don't care enough. Like, if I have to cheat to win, I'd rather not win. And I bet you anything that most players that are playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre on PC are the same way. Like, we're literally talking about a small percentage of people that's going to basically make an entire platform get punished because of their actions. And I just hope that they're quick with whatever the hell they're trying to do here, because this could seriously cause some serious problems for the future of this game. So, one thing I will say, and I wouldn't have said this before today, but if you're a PC user, I would hold off on buying. If you have not purchased yet, I would not buy. If I had the option right now, I would refund. But unfortunately, I played too much. So that is not an option for me. But I would at very least make sure that PC is bundled back into being able to be cross-played with console. I just think that this is going to impact this game in a negative way, and I'm hoping it doesn't just completely crush it. So we'll see. It's really going to boil down to how fast and how long PC gets taken out of the mix for being able to be cross-played. Alright, now as far as maps, guys, I think the maps are well done. I will say they're a little confusing. They're a little confusing for a new player just starting off. You're probably going to be a little overwhelmed, especially down in the basement. It just seems like it's the damn maze down there. But I do think the maps are well done, and after a few games, it really doesn't. The basement isn't even that bad. But at first, you're a little overwhelmed. But after just a few hours of playing, you really won't have any problems at all. I think they all look nice. I think there's probably a lot of potential for future maps to be added as well. And I would, again, I would put the map design on par with DBD. Um, I would say that the maps are a little more clustered, a little more mazy feeling than like DBDs are. So it's not as linear as like a DBD map would be. But like I said, I think they're very well designed and they look really nice and all that kind of good stuff. All right. Now I do have a complaint, and that is I feel like leveling is ridiculously fast in this game, and I don't think that's a positive. Um, I enjoy. One of the reasons I like DVD is no matter how many hours you could have, 10,000 hours, you could have 50 hours. It doesn't matter how many hours you have. There's always something to be grinding and moving towards to try to achieve. It doesn't matter how many hours. There's no one that has every character to P100, for example. And in this game, I'm honestly a little concerned that eventually players that play a lot will have earned everything. There will be nothing for them to grind towards. And for a lot of players, if there's no reason for them to, like, if there's nothing to be going towards, then why are they playing? And a lot of players will like, well, Wargy, we're just playing to have fun. Well, and that's great, but not every player is like that. Some players need something like, oh, I've earned this, and this is a symbol of my progression in this game. Some people need that, and I'm one of those players. I like going towards something, eventually earning it, and then setting new goals. I do that in every game I play. And if there's nothing for me to try to achieve in this game, because I've already achieved it all, then I would probably move on to another game. And not everyone's like that, guys. I'm fully aware of that, but some people are. All right, and one thing I will address that I have heard multiple times, and people say there's no MMR system in this game, and to an extent, I think that is pretty accurate. However, there is some sort of system in play, and I don't exactly know what. I think it's just based maybe off of maybe your level or maybe playtime. I don't know how it works, but there is like, okay, so when you first start playing the game, guys, you're gonna get a bunch of low levels, and as time goes on, you'll keep advancing your level, and no matter how high you get, you'll be with players of close to your experience level. Now, just because you play a lot doesn't mean you're good at the game, and I'm aware of that. And so I hope the system's not just boils down to just playtime and that's the end of it. I hope there's a little more into it than that, but there's something behind the scenes happening. I don't know if I'd call it an MMR system, but there is something where, you know, like a level 1 player is not going to get grouped with people that are like max levels and shit. Now, I do think I have seen brand new players get grouped with, like me, for example. Like, I already maxed out my Boba, and I'd get new players, but those players were grouped with other players in the group. And so I don't know if there's a system that tries to find a happy medium when you have a brand new player, but you have a lot of experience. I think it just gives you players that have a lot of experience, and that could be a negative impact to the new players. So I do think there needs to be something more to this. There are some obvious flaws here, but it's not just throwing 7 people into a match and then it's like, all right, you guys go play now. Like, there is something happening to try to get good balanced groups. Is it perfect? By no means. Is DVDs perfect? Definitely not. But there is something here, and so I don't think if you're a new player you should hesitate at all to jump in, because you'll probably be a group of players of close to your skill level. Like if you're brand new, you might get someone that's had a couple matches or some shit like that. But there is something happening behind the scenes. I just don't know all the inner workings of it. But it's not just throwing 7 people in a group and then calling it good. But alright, guys, in closing, I do think this game is pretty good. It's not great. It's not spectacular. It's not groundbreaking. It's good. And I think that's a good place for it. Like, it just launched. It is fun to play. This is definitely not a DVD replacement. I think it's a completely different game. And it's not really too fair to compare a game that's been in development for so many years to a game that just came out. And I also don't think it's a fair comparison for all these people to be comparing Texas Chainsaw Massacre to DVD. I like, oh well, there's more viewers on Twitch for Texas Chainsaw Massacre than DVD. You're comparing a game that has had a pretty solid player base for 7 years. For 7 years, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, not dogging on it, but we don't know what the future's like to this game. It's that damn new. When they have maintained this population for 7 years, then they can talk. But right now, it's just an okay game. Like, I had a lot of fun playing it. I will continue playing it. But I definitely will not be replacing DVD with this game anytime soon. And but it is a nice, like, if you're getting a little burnout of DVD, but you still want something kind of horror related, this is a great game to play. But by no means do I feel like people should leave DVD to just play this, because this game does get very tedious. It is new. They will be adding more characters, more maps, all that kind of stuff. But right now, you get a lot of the same maps over and over, especially when you're playing Killer. There always has to be a Bubba, so I felt like I was always having to play Bubba. I think if you like Killer, you're gonna like Killer. If you like Survivor and DVD, you might like it on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like I said, guys, it's a lot more complicated in my opinion on Texas Chainsaw Massacre than DVD. So I'm not going to just say if you like Survivor on DVD, you'll probably like Victim on Chainsaw Massacre, because you might not. It is really confusing, and I'm still trying to figure that aspect out. But as far as the Killer, I think it's pretty straightforward, guys, and I do think if you do like Killer and DVD, that you'll probably like Killer and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But overall, I think this is a great game. I think it has a bright future if it keeps content going on. And again, like I said earlier in the video, guys, if you are on PC, I would not purchase this if you haven't already. If I had the option, I would refund it. With them announcing that they're removing PC from crossplay, I don't know what the population is going to look like in this game, guys. And I'm fully aware that PC is not the only ones playing this game. Like, the population will probably still be pretty healthy for those that don't play PC. But for just PC players alone, guys, and there's an obvious hacker problem, they're going to be isolating the PC players and just throwing them to the wolves and letting us deal with the hackers. When the problem's on their end, they can't fix their own damn game. And so I really had nothing but positive things to really say about this game, but this is a big, big, big negative. And if I had the option, I would refund it right now and wait and make sure this is going to come back. For all we know, guys, it might be back tomorrow. I don't know. We don't know. And I've never seen a developer that just like, oh, we'll just take PC away from being cross-platform. And there we go. That fixes the problem. I think that's a retarded way of trying to solve this problem. And I hope it don't hurt the game. Like I said, guys, I do feel like this game's good. But I think the direction they're going with trying to correct hackers is fucked up, to say the least. So, I do think the game's good, guys. I think it's worth a try. If you're anything but PC users, I would definitely pick it up and try it out. I think you'll enjoy it. If you are PC, I would wait until they bring back crossplay and only then pick it up. I think they're going to hopefully bring this back really quick. And I hope that content keeps coming, because that's the only way that's going to keep the game alive. The only reason DVD is in the situation it's now, guys, it has received constant updates and content for years and years and years. If DVD hadn't been pushing out all this content for all these years, guys, DVD would be a dead game too. So I'm not dogging on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Just a lot of things are up in the air. But I can tell you there have been leaks for a new killer, a new survivor. I haven't heard anything about a new map or anything like that. But yeah, guys, I had an absolute blast playing this game. My intention was to stream this once a week at least. Now, probably not going to do that. I'm probably going to wait until if they bring it back for PC to be cross-platform again. I'll probably start streaming it once a week again. But until then, I'm probably not going to play it. Like, to be perfectly honest, that's just my thing. And again, guys, like if you are PC and you just have to pick it up, like it's a really fun game. But just know that the reason they're doing this is for hackers. So you'll probably get a lot of hackers, if I were to guess. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to be as honest as possible, giving my 2 cents on it. I think this is a great game. And I think it's quite a bit different in DVD. And if that's something you're looking for, make sure to pick it up and try it out. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I will see you guys next video. And for now, you guys have a great day.